Hi internet friends! In this video I am going to be talking about how much my prosthetic leg costs. This is actually a question that I get a lot. People will email me or message me or leave comments asking me how much my prosthetic leg costs. The answer is actually more complicated than you would think. The simple answer is my prosthetic leg cost $89,000. Whoa, that's really expensive. You might be wondering why on earth my prosthetic leg is that expensive. It's like more than my house, and there is a reason, and it has to do with how prosthetic legs are billed to insurance. I live in the United States where my prosthetic leg is billed to my insurance. That's pretty normal. And what happens is my prosthetic provider, which is a prosthetics and orthotics clinic, they send a bill to my insurance for my prosthetic leg, and my insurance pays my prosthetics and orthotics company one lump sum of $89,000 for my prosthetic leg. That lump sum doesn't just cover the components alone. That lump sum covers all of my prosthetic care through the life of my prosthetic leg. So for example, if I have my prosthetic leg for 4 years, it covers every single office visit to my prosthetics clinic office for 4 years. So some people online will be in forums complaining about their prosthetic provider. They'll be saying things like, my prosthetic provider makes me come in all the time for different adjustments, and they make a check socket one day and then they do adjustments to it the next day instead of doing it all on the same day. And I think they're doing it because they just want to make money. It's just a cash grab so they can get as much money from my insurance as possible. That's actually completely untrue. The prosthetics company only gets that lump sum for your prosthetic leg, and they don't get any money for any single office visit. So all of the money that they get from the insurance company, that one lump sum, goes into all of the office visits that you ever do. So anytime you go into your prosthetist office, it's actually costing them money to see you. They're not making any money from seeing you in their office. So if they see you a bunch of times, the more they see you, the more of their resources they need to use, and the way they get paid for using those resources is coming out of the lump sum that they get from the insurance company for seeing you. I know that's a little weird because in the United States, most of the time, say like if you get a hip replacement, you will pay a large amount of money for the actual hip replacement, and then you will pay for each individual thing, like each of your medications, each of the days that you're in the hospital, each of the follow-up visits. And for prosthetic legs, it doesn't work that way. They just get one lump sum from the insurance company, and the next 3 or 4 years that they're seeing you in their office, they don't get any additional money from the insurance company whatsoever. Every time they make an adjustment, every time they make me a new socket, every time they get me any piece of equipment, every time they replace a socket, they don't get any additional money for that. It just comes out of the lump sum that they get from the insurance company. But what that also means is that this leg by itself, if I were to take it off and hold it up, the actual physical leg is not worth $89,000. So if I were to get a brand new leg from my prosthetist and then go and try and sell it on eBay as a brand new leg, it would not be worth $89,000 because all of the parts don't even add up to $89,000. It's kind of like if you were to get a hip replacement again. So here I have a prosthetic hip, and it might cost, say, $50,000 to put this prosthetic hip into my body. I don't actually know the cost of a hip replacement at the moment, but let's just say it's $50,000. So $50,000 to put this hip into my body. I'm the only one who can use this hip. Nobody else can use this hip but me because it's in my body. I can't take it out and put it into somebody else. And this piece of metal here does not cost $50,000. The bulk of the cost of the hip replacement goes into the actual surgery and the aftercare for the hip replacement. In the same way that a prosthetic hip, the parts are not worth the cost of the installation. For a prosthetic leg, the parts are not worth the cost of the installation. Even though it's not really being installed because I can take it on and off, most of the cost of a prosthetic leg goes into fabricating the socket, which can only be used for one person, and goes to all of the office visits for adjustments to that socket and adjustments to the leg and remaking of the socket. All that being said, the cost of the components varies greatly, and so you will find that the cost that the insurance gives to the prosthetics company varies pretty widely, and it kind of depends on the parts that you get. I've got a really good resource for you. I'm not affiliated with this resource in any way, but it is called Bionics for Everyone. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. Put the link right here. It breaks down the cost differences between a Sea-Legs 4 versus a Genium X3 versus a Plie, all the different knees and all the different feet. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Happy shopping for prosthetic legs, and see you later. Bye!